Hi guys, so for today's video we are going to be looking at what is your current glow up? How are you bossing up in this moment in time? So we have 3 piles today, 1, 2, 3. Take a moment to get in touch with your intuition and your higher self and pick the pile that resonates. And if you guys enjoy this video, please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a timestamp, a donation, or hit that little super thanks button. Another great way you can support me is by finding my other channel's link in the description box below. It's Dee's Storytime, and liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing on there as well. It really does help me out so much, you guys, and I will be doing a giveaway when I get to 1,000 subscribers on that channel, a surprise giveaway, one that I've never done before, and I'm really looking forward to that. So let's get me there quickly. And if you guys enjoy poetry, it is a great place to find all the poetry used in my channel. So, pile 1. Let's get started with you guys. What is your current glow up? Independence, standing strong, really being able to stand up for yourself, graduating in some sort of way. You could be graduating classes, you could be starting some classes, but I feel like it's at the ending of learning something very important in your life. You have really been able to overcome and get through whatever obstacles have been present along your path. You've been very committed, very dedicated. Your patience and resilience is paying off in multiple ways right now. Your belief in magic and your non-judgmental attitude is something that is really escalating as well and increasing your manifestation capabilities. You're very protected at this time in your passions, and you are really striking out on some very new ideas and inspirations that you've had, and these are going to bring a lot of success to you. You may be getting a new car, or for some of you a new house. I'm feeling like a new car for most of you though. Maybe even a bigger vehicle, maybe a house car, because since I said both, but I'm feeling like more of a vehicle type of situation. You may be getting into something that you previously felt like you could not be a part of. 1054, made in the USA, ILCO, KB. Some of you might have actually just been granted asylum, or may have gained citizenship to the place that you are residing in right now, and it may have been a place that you went to seek safety or shelter in some sort of way. That's going to be a very small amount of you though. WW Super 358, win. So you are winning. You have stood your ground, stood up for your rights. You are winning. There could have even been an attempt on your life, or an attempt to harm you in some sort of way, that could have actually boosted you into this win, boosted your drive, your motivation to continue doing what you were doing and make things happen regardless of what anybody wanted to do to try to stop you. Can't Stop Me Now, great song. I think it's by Oh the Larceny, not sure. I'm just doing what I do, won't stop doing what I do, can't stop me now. So, I've seen you so many times before. I hope one day one of us starts a conversation. I would love to see if your voice is as amazing as I imagined it is. I catch myself watching you at times when you don't know it. I've tried to convince myself to approach you, but you make my knees weak and my mouth dry. I need some new energy in my life. You are so zesty, and I feel like it would be so fun to hang out together. I have to remind myself that I have to do work every time you are near. You are a distraction. I love that. I hope it never ends. So, even though there could be people that you like around you right now, or that you may want something with in the future, you're not allowing anything like that to distract you from your goals or your path or your purpose anymore. You're feeling very pumped up, very motivated, very inspired to go after what it is that you want, and that's attracting a lot of attention as well. You may have a lot of admirers. You may be gaining a lot of confidence. What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being? What's wrong with being confident? Whoa. So, Demi Lovato, confident. You could actually be dealing with some bitterness or jealousy or resentment from others at this time as well, but I feel like you're not really paying attention to it. You're not caring about it. You're not letting it distract you or pull you away from what you're working on. So good on you. Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. Hunter, track down your fears and your desires. So right now, you are tracking down your fears. You are tracking down your desires. You are not going to stray from your course regardless of whether or not you are afraid. You are a true warrior, really bossing up and setting yourself down this path that you know that you can achieve, and you can overcome anything that comes your way to get to your destination because it's that important to you. You are really reaping a lot of rewards right now as well for your ability to grow, your ability to learn. The song coming to my mind now is Thank You Next. Great song. And you're starting to realize that when you take a leap of faith towards something and it doesn't work out, but I was told to take a leap of faith, but I was supposed to take this leap of faith. Wasn't this supposed to be the best thing ever? You're starting to realize that you were guided to take that leap of faith for a reason, and it may not have turned out like you wanted it, but it turned out like you needed it at that moment in time, and that it was on your path for a reason, and everything that happens is there to guide you towards your highest alignment and your most good. So you're starting to take the lessons and learn and grow from each and everything that you face and overcome. Walking away from anything that does not serve you, even when there's emotions attached to it, learning, growing, really expanding your mind and your knowledge. Once again, you may have decided to take some classes or courses, or you may have decided to partake in like a pottery class at your local pottery barn, or a painting class, or something along those lines that has really allowed you to learn and grow and expand yourself as well, to create more value within yourself. Had an interruption there. Somebody stopped by. So basically, your current glow up is definitely a lot to do with knowing your value, knowing your worth, removing yourself from situations that do not align with you or resonate with you, learning from the past, and really being able to put that to use in your life. Knowing and understanding how valuable you are and what you offer to the table, regardless of whether or not it's what anybody else thinks you should be offering, you offer a lot to the table, and you are willing to tell people that now, whereas in the past you may have shied away from that because what you had to offer wasn't what everybody wanted you to be offering. Really starting to notice and appreciate your depth and of inner beauty, and really starting to see just how strong you are and how grounded you are as well. You're in a very grounded and strong energy. You are combining together your masculine and feminine energy very effectively, because these are more masculine type of cards over here and more feminine type of cards over here. You really are balancing out those energies very effectively. And I also feel like you are attracting in a very solid, stable, and committed offer. Somebody who actually wants to provide you with what you need in return for what they need, and it matches up and aligns with who you are and what you have to offer and what you are lacking in. You are very accepting of who you are and what you offer to the table and what you can't offer to the table, and you're very accepting of others and what they have to offer to the table and what they can't offer to the table. But if they're not offering what you need from them, then you're willing to move away from that situation. And if you can't offer what they need from you, you're willing to remove yourself from that situation as well. So that is pretty much what I have for you guys today. So if you guys enjoyed this reading, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a timestamp or a donation, or hit that little super thanks button. And it would be awesome if you guys could check out my other channel, Dee's Storytime. You can find a link for it in the description box. And like, comment, share, subscribe over there. I'm going to be doing a surprise giveaway when I hit 1,000 subscribers over there on something I've never given away before. So if you guys want to be able to see what that is, help me get that up to 1,000 subscribers, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys for being here, and I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Pile 2. So for you guys, what is your current glow up? Your current glow up. You're definitely learning how to shift, how to change, how to be adaptable, more go with the flow, how to really get what you want and need by being able to be fluid and flexible. Some of you could be really noticing and appreciating more the shapeshifter abilities that you have within you as well. We share in the joy of volunteering, which also came out with the random act of kindness token. 24, you, Whiter Cider, Juaritos, and this key. So you're ending cycles from the past. You have the keys to be able to unlock anything that you need to be able to unlock, and to be able to do whatever's necessary to close out the past cycles and open up new cycles. You are really attracting in a lot of abundance, a lot of fertility, and a lot of growth in your life, simply because of your giving and generous nature. Your giving and generous nature is something that is really going to be coming back to you at the end of the day, regardless of whether or not that's why you're doing it, and you probably aren't doing it for that reason. But at the same time, it definitely does bring in that good and beautiful energy to you, for the good and beautiful energy that you throw out there towards the world. For a little while, you could have maybe isolated yourself a little bit, didn't really want to be around people, felt like the whole world was cruel, and now you're kind of coming out of that anxiety and that fear-based thinking, and you're starting to realize that you miss out on a lot of opportunities if you're facing the world with the eyes of judgment instead of the eyes of forgiveness for yourself and for your fellow human beings, and the eyes of hope and love. Some of you could actually be ending a cycle of alcoholism in your family as well, for a few of you too. And for others of you, you might actually be finally getting to go out and have a good time once in a while, and being okay with the fact that nothing is bad in moderation, because nothing ever is bad in moderation. It's the things that we choose to overuse or overdo that become very bad and toxic for us. Definitely opening up your heart a lot more and really delving more into your passions. You may also be stepping more fully into your inner child as well. Finally home to myself. There is no more shadow work to be done. Finally, this painful, hard-fought battle is won. I have overcome all the past pain. I feel it wash over like a cleansing rain. Arms stretched out to the Most High. Gratitude for my ability to fly. Proud of myself for not giving in. I've earned this victory. Worked hard for the win. 2/16/21. I'm not sure if that's real ducks quacking or if that was my neighbor's homemade alarm system. I have a couple people staying in the parking spot next to me, and they have a duck and a pig that are motion censored taped to the outside of their RV. That way, if anybody walks past it, it starts going off, and that's like their homemade alarm system. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy this poem, you can find it on my other channel, D Storytime, as well. There's a link for it in the description box below, and I will be doing a special giveaway of something I've never given away before when that channel hits 1,000 subscribers. So help me get there, please, guys, and I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, you can also find this poem over there. Your current glow up has a lot to do with finally being free to be yourself again, finally feeling like you are whole again, feeling like your life is not mired in darkness, pain, misery, shadow, hurt, all that kind of stuff, and you are really starting to heal and come back to that beautiful light side of yourself, really feeling like there's nothing else to learn right at this moment, and like you have ended the cycles you needed to end, and now you can just be your truest self. And in being your truest self, all of these blessings are going to be pouring into you. Hermit, recharge and retreat. Traveler, move in a new direction. So, you are taking some time away when you need to take time away. You take that time to be able to look within yourself, to gain those answers from you. You're really finding your peace, meditating more, praying more, really taking that time and energy for you, for your self-love, for your self-care, for the things that you need to spend time on and the things that you need to take care of in your life. And you are really boosting yourself up because of this. You are showing yourself and telling yourself that you deserve to be loved and you deserve to be treated with kindness and care, and you are doing that for you. You may also be deciding to travel somewhere or go somewhere new, or you may be switching gears and really changing the way that you're doing things, or changing the path that you decided to be on and going down a new path, because even though you needed to be on that path for the time that you needed to be on it, you're realizing now that this other path may resonate more fully with you. Kind of like when my first idea was actually to go to school and be a therapist for people who have survived abuse. And I'm not saying women, because I'm saying people. I'm saying children, women, men, doesn't matter what they are. A lot of people have experienced abuse, and being a therapist for those people. And then I decided instead to do things this way, because I can do a lot more this way, I feel like, in my own way than I could in that path. And so you may be choosing a different path, and it may be somewhat similar to the one that you had in mind, but it may be somewhat different as well. And you may actually even be working in a group when it comes to this for some of you. You're putting down the burdens, and you are also no longer overworking yourself to the point of pure exhaustion. You're really leaving behind this sad, tired, frustrated person who is spending all your time doing all this crap that really just doesn't seem to be something enjoyable that you love anymore. And you are putting that down, and you're going where your inspiration leads you, where your passion leads you, where your drive leads you, and you are choosing a new path, choosing to let go of the old and choosing a new path. It's funny that we have a snake and a rabbit here, because snakes eat rabbits. So you are definitely noticing and believing in the beauty that resides within you. And you are no longer allowing everybody to just take everything that you are. You're not going to overwork yourself for everyone around you anymore. Even if you are still going to volunteer, even if you're still going to do good things, even if you're going to take care of things, you have more boundaries now at this point. So that's a lot of your glow up right there. And also the fact that you are no longer feeling like you need to fear or run away from the things that you are passionate about, the things that drive you or motivate you, or the things that make you feel good in life. And instead you are headed straight towards those things with no shame or guilt surrounding you about what it is that you want to do, and whether or not anybody else agrees with it or thinks that you should be doing it. For some of you, you could actually be doing some sort of work that is very fulfilling and rewarding but does not pay a lot, and people may be upset about that. Or it could be that you guys may be leaving a situation of doing that for something that pays a bit more, and some people may be thinking that you're selfish for it. But there's nothing wrong with wanting a life you can be proud of and wanting to be able to really be stable and secure as well in what you're doing. There's nothing wrong with either sides of those. Maybe you're even starting to judge less when it comes to other people who may be choosing the opposite path as you as well, because you may be right now completely shifting it 360 to the exact opposite of what you were doing before. So that's what I have for this pile, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would love to hear what you guys had to say about it in the comments below, whether or not you liked it or it resonated, what you got going on, things like that. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Pile 3. So what is your current glow up at this time? For one thing, some of you may actually be dramatically altering your diet as well. Some of you could be choosing to go vegan or vegetarian. Some of you could be adopting a Mediterranean lifestyle, or possibly, or diet. Some of you could be switching to things a bit more healthy, or some of you may actually be allowing yourself to have some things that are unhealthy, as long as it's in a moderated way and not all the time, even though you may have been very strict with yourself in the past. Chicken nuggets could be a thing. You could have a lot of people wanting to do things for you or buy things for you or things like that. You could have been left out in the cold for a very long time without anybody to support or help you in any way, shape, or form. Felt like you were like forgotten, like you were just thrown in the trash kind of thing. But now all of a sudden there may be a lot of people that are really wanting to lift you up and do some kind things for you, things like that. Some people could actually think that you're very out of this world as well, because you're able to keep a smile on your face and you're able to remain strong, confident, and stable regardless of what position you find yourself in life. You definitely have a lot of luck, abundance, and blessings coming into you. And for some reason, the last couple times that this little cricket came out, Mulan has popped in my mind. And that part with the lucky cricket, where she's trying to keep it in the box as she's being ushered to this geisha house where she's being painted up and put in this outfit and all that kind of stuff. And she's just like, why? Why do I got to do this? This isn't what I want to do. This isn't who I want to be. This isn't where I want to go. And finally, she breaks out of that and she shows her true colors and she puts herself out there as who she is. And for a long time, she had to pretend to be somebody other than herself in order to do what she wanted to do. But that was a very small mask to wear compared to the mask she wore to do things she didn't even want to do. So she dropped that mask of doing things she didn't even want to do to don a secret identity to be able to do the things she actually wanted to do. And when she proved herself, she removed that mask and everybody was like, oh my God, a woman did this. What? And so you may actually be removing the mask off of yourself that you may have put on to portray yourself as something particular so that you could be included in the activities that you like doing. And now you're ready to take that mask off and be who you actually are. Some of you could actually be trans for a small amount of you, or just somebody that really, I feel like you have a very strong passion for a lot of things that are considered things that are meant for people of the opposite sex than you are. Like if you're a man, you may really love cooking and house cleaning and mothering and things like that. Art, music, dancing, romantic dinners, candlelight, poetry. And if you're a woman, you may actually like things like working on a car or riding a dirt bike or hiking and mountain climbing and going exploring, things like that, hunting, all the things that people would consider a more masculine thing, being the provider, things like that. So you are ready to show people your true identity and who you really are, and to no longer hold back any aspects of yourself, and to face whatever wrath may come from anybody that is looking your way. Rebel with a cause. You wish that I'd stay in the lines, but inside my heart it whines. Do this, do that, it's always your say. Nothing could ever be another way. Conformity is what you wish of me, but authenticity is all you'll ever see. Being an outcast's supposed to make me change. You can't handle me at free range. I don't live by the rules you make. I could never be so fake. Alas, you find me here alone, but still my skills I will hone. A sharpened blade for the day when you realize you can't take my voice away. 9/28/21. So some of you may resonate with pile 1 as well, and I say that because can't stop me now, I'm just doing what I do, won't stop doing what I do, can't stop me now. That song came to mind, and pile 1 popped in my mind a couple times while I was reading this as well. So right now you are glowing because you are refusing to fall in line. You are refusing to listen to these bullshit rules that you do not agree with, that you do not think are okay, and you don't care what cost there is. You're going to do what you're going to do regardless of what anybody says or does about it, because what you're doing is very important to you and very important to the changes that need to be happening in this world around you as well. Eagle, see from a higher perspective. Guardian angel, you are not alone. So the thing that popped in my mind was Through Heaven's Eyes from Prince of Egypt. You must look at your life through heaven's eyes. So you may not see anything so valuable, but you're fucking amazing. And they definitely want to let you know that. You may feel like you're rough around the edges and all that kind of stuff, but do you know how long it took to get this rough edge shined down to this level? And it turns into this level at the end of shining it down. And look how beautiful that is, how shiny that is, how magnetic and amazing that is, how pure your intentions are, and how amazing you are after everything that you've gone through. This world has never been able to turn your heart cold, and you are fucking amazing for that. Some people may think that you just came from a totally different planet because you are just the shining star in the sky, somebody that people look up to, somebody that inspires people. You are somebody that makes people believe their hopes and dreams can come true because you are going after your hopes and dreams. You know that you're not alone, and you inspire others to believe that they are not alone either. You may even share your stories of everything that you've gone through and everything that you've had to overcome to get to where you are. And you inspire a lot of people with those stories. Your freedom, your fight for that independence, that freedom, that fierceness that you have within you is something that people really admire, very much so. 4 of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, the Lion, the Sea Serpent, and the tiger. So no longer are you going to be that people pleaser who holds back from doing the things that are good for you in your life to make sure to take care of everyone else. You are now going to start saving stuff for yourself too, saving some of that for you, holding back a bit more, really working hard towards your own goals, your own desires, and letting go of the past way of doing things. You could definitely have grown up in a way where you were expected to do everything, be everything for everyone with nothing ever given in return for everything that you did. No acknowledgement, no respect, no pay, no nothing from anybody for anything that you did, and you helped them all to succeed. You supported them all to get to their own goals, and yet you were left cast out and alone. And really, you have learned from this experience how to really take care of you and how to put some of your goals first as well. How to set boundaries in a more healthy and proper way. And really, you are stepping into this courage, this fierceness, this strength, and this power. You are somebody that does not hold back from any situation out of fear, like Danielle and the lions. You know that if you got locked up in a cave with lions, that you would be surviving at the end of the day because you have faith in your path and in your purpose and in what is meant to be will be. So, you are also breaking the cycles of the past, breaking the chains of the past, breaking those generational curses, and really coming out shining like gold. You're blending your masculine and your feminine energy together so well, and really being able to yeah, pile 1 could definitely resonate with you because I had a lot of that as well. Listening more fully to your intuition, trusting in it more fully, following your instincts, really keeping your eyes on the target and going for what you know to be right for you, regardless of what anybody else thinks that you should do, because you are not going to tuck tail and people please everyone around you just to keep them happy. You'd rather lose everyone around you if it meant doing what makes you actually happy and not happy on a surface level. So that is what I have for this pile, and if you guys enjoyed this reading, I would really love it if you guys could like, share, comment, subscribe, leave a timestamp or a donation, or if you guys would check out my other channel, StoryTime. You can find it in the description box below, and leave a like, share, comment, subscribe over there. I'd really appreciate that too. I will be holding a contest in the near future when I reach 1,000 subscribers over there to do a giveaway on something I've never given away before, and I'm really excited to do that. So help me get there and we will see what that is. And I really appreciate it, guys. I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye bye, guys.